This community is very different to the community it was 10 years ago. Seven Passes started 10 years ago when on the commercial farms in our district over the weekends young boys started getting into violent gang fights. The farmers were really worried, so they approached me, and together with members in the Toes-Runton community, we put our heads together and we figured out that what we need to do is start giving the children some kind of support that they needed to stay in school and do well. We also needed them to have somebody they could turn to, adults that they could develop relationships with who were good role models.
It started as homework clubs in different locations for high school learners of the communities, and since then it's grown so much. We started with 9 high school learners. Today we've got about 430 children attending our aftercare classes.
But slowly we started understanding what the problems were that children were facing, and we started understanding what they needed to do better at school and to stay in school. And within the first few years we had at least 2 people going to university. And now this is a community in which there weren't any graduates before Seven Passes started. Nasal, who's a leader in our organisation and in our community, was one of the first children to attend our homework classes.
Ek voel dat ek iets positief bereik het en dat ek 'n rolmodel vir die kinders binne die gemeenskap is.
And Seven Passes started working towards seeing if we can bring about a change in the whole community's approach to parenting. And so for the last 3 years we've been offering positive parenting programs.
Die ouerprogram het beslis 'n verbetering ingebring. Ouers verstaan hulle kinders nou beter.
Very importantly, moms with new babies forming really loving bonds with their babies and understanding their babies' social needs. These are the critical things for preventing violence.
Ja, ek het 'n seentjie gehad op die ouderdom van 21. Op daai stadium het ek nog met my ma in die huis gebly. Toe my seentjie 3 maande oud is, toe het ons getrek hier vandaan en toe moes ek op my eie gaan. Ek het nie altyd geweet wat dit alles behels om 'n verantwoordelike ouer te wees. Die program het my baie gehelp. Ek kon ook dit wat ek daar geleer het begin toepas in die gemeenskap. Hier is soveel jong meisies en jong seuns wat groot word in 'n ander tipe van 'n era. So nou kan ons vir hulle rolmodelle wees en ons kan vir hulle verduidelik wat is die nagevolge van alkoholmisbruik en veral mammies wat vroeg swanger word.
In die verlede het ons heelwat kinders gehad wat gediagnoseer was met fetal alkoholsindroom en dit het dramaties afgeneem.
With the donation from JET, we're going to be able to make our homework classes even better. We're also going to be able to expand our programs to Wilderness Heights, a new community that we haven't worked in at all before. The money is also going to be used to support the National Dialogue Forum that brings together government, NGOs, academics, international organizations to talk about what it is that we need to do in order to be able to take these kinds of programs and other programs that work to prevent violence to scale in our country.
Ek glo definitief dat leerders hoop sien vir hulle toekoms.
Dit wat by die skool gebeur, tesame met die inisiatiewe van Seven Passes, as ons dit saamgooi, glo ek dit gaan 'n groot verskil in ons gemeenskap maak. Ek kan nie 'n dag indink sonder Seven Passes hier by die skool nie. Hulle doen wondere vir ons skool.